bad people.
A growing number of homeless people in the U.S. are children and teenagers. According to a study out this month, nearly 1 in 5 homeless youth in the United States are victims of human trafficking for sex or labor or both. So what's being done to help America's homeless
Some studies
kids?
estimate there are between 1.6 and 2.8 million unaccompanied homeless youth across the country, but no one knows for sure.
So the vast majority are kids your age and younger. Overwhelming majority. And even of homeless adults in Northeast Indiana, most work, 80 or 90% actually have jobs. Very few have criminal convictions, less than 1 out of 10. So what we usually equate with homelessness as drug issues, right? Substance abuse, alcoholism, mental illness. Really what it is just normal everyday people.
Not all homeless people sleep on a park bench. It is men, it is women, it is youth, it is children, it is older people, it is people that choose to be homeless. I was in a family life, wife, my children. I had a business. I did not have a lot of experience in business, so the business suffered, my family life suffered, my marriage suffered, spiraled out of control, so snowballed, and found myself living in my car once our family home was repossessed. That first night was very daunting, very uncomfortable. I had slept in the car, in car parks, in shopping centres where there was a public toilet close by, and I had, I think it was $97 in my bag, in my wallet. You're only as far as your last paycheck from being homeless. Gary was on strike for a long time, for over 6 months, and that was to everything on the outside world, and it's very much of a blur. It's something that I really still don't like talking about. Yeah, whatever happened, happened. I've accepted that, and the result is I found myself having, I suppose, a mental breakdown, falling into a severe and acute depression, and contemplating and thinking about suicide. I was usually the person that people came to, and with the tables being turned, it was very different for me. I ended up calling a number off the internet, went from a car to a motel to Ozanam House, which is a crisis centre for men that are homeless or at risk of homelessness, and I'm in transitional housing now through the Salvation Army. I was one of the lucky ones. I'm still, even in transitional housing, I'm still classified as a homeless person, even though I do have a roof over my head, but it's not a permanent roof. But I'm lucky that I can study at the same time. Well, I'm doing a diploma of horticulture. I want to be able to teach it, and I want to be able to teach it in this sector, as in urban farming and food security. 2 years ago, I would have said, why doesn't somebody in my situation go out and get a job? It's just not that simple. There are a lot of factors. Through these health issues, I was unable to work. I was incapable of working. I ended up getting $550 a fortnight, and that's to pay my rent, my food, my transport bills, any clothing, any hygiene items, any medication. However, I do try and have a coffee a day as a reward for still being here. I'm happy that I'm this version of me, which is a better version of me than what it was. However, it's a poorer version of me. But I can't do everything I want to, but I do everything I'd like to do.
They beat them with bats, taser them, and that ball of fire is a homeless person being torched.
We all have the same 24 hours. What you choose to do with it is on you. True statement. However, when every waking minute of your 24 hours, as you said, is spent trying to keep warm or trying to be fed, trying to survive, chances are you're not really too worried about paying rent or something like that.
And people just look at you like you some kind of little bum, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I have had people that walk past me and say, "Get a job, bum." And I said, wait a minute, I'm not a bum, I'm a human.
I don't really look people in the eye anymore. I look away because I'm just embarrassed. I feel hurt on the inside. I don't feel like a man on the inside because I can't provide for my family, can't provide for my kids.
Oh, humility when you're sick and a cook begging. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can look at a person and tell if they need your respect or not, you know what I mean? A lot of people look at you like you're just a piece of crumb, you know? I had one guy walk past me and talk about me so bad, and then I just looked at him. I said, God bless you, sir. He walked past and went down the street, come right back. And he said, you know what, man, I had a bad day. He said, I'm sorry for even calling you that. He said, because I know you're a human being. He said, would you accept my apology? I said, apology accepted. He went in his pocket and gave me $30 and said, go get you a room and get you something to eat. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, no matter what people think about me, I know I'm a human first. And just because I'm down on my luck, don't give nobody no excuse to call me no bum. Because I'm not.
I hate the homeless. I don't feel sorry for you. If you want change, let me throw it at you as hard as I can
at your
dirty face.
I hate when it gets cold out because then all the homeless people get on the bus.
I wonder if homeless people go to heaven.
Maybe if homeless people took care of themselves, looked pretty, we would want to help them. But I don't help yellow teeth. Well,
never understand why homeless people smell of piss when you can literally piss anywhere.
I was enjoying a latte when I saw a hobo girl across the street. I almost vomited. Get back on your side of the bridge, no one likes you.
I hate seeing homeless people standing in the cold, shivering. Be glad when the light turns green. Well, that'll make it go away, won't it?
If homeless is where the heart is, then are homeless people heartless?
as you can see, this homeless problem is it's happening right before our eyes. We need the government to do more about this situation. And this is where you live at?
Yeah, this is my tent here.
And this is his tent?
Yeah.
As you can see, he has food, his clothing, you do everything in this tent,
yeah.
huh?
Sleep in it, eat in it, everything. I've been homeless for about 6 years. Here I've
6
been
years?
about 3 years.
And what's this right here?
That's just
the
some
stove?
of our snacks we got in a skillet. Try to cook something on there if we get anything.
And this is where y'all barn,
it's
cold. Yeah, it's unsanitary, unsafe out here. There's somebody tent too?
Yeah, that's another friend of ours. I don't know if he's there or not. You home?
No, he's not in there.
That's Chuck. He's here too.
As you can see, we by Science Central. You can see downtown. The homeless is real out here, people.
You know, building downtown and downtown development and making the river bank, the riverside nice. And I think that that's a terrific thing. But in some ways, we have to remember that a lot of people have been staying in cheap places downtown or on the street. So when you make all that change, they have to go somewhere. And then people say, well, we don't want to see anybody on the street. Well, that's fine, but we don't have a good plan for then how to do
about this homeless problem right now.
Give us somewhere where we can lay our head. Give us somewhere where we can not be messed with. Have our property where it won't be stolen, taken from the government, from the police and stuff. And just leave us alone. We ain't hurt nobody.
And you said earlier, you told me that a lot of people think you use drugs and things like that. But tell the people what's really going on.
No, we don't. I mean, it happens. You ain't gonna say it doesn't happen, but that's not all homeless. All homeless are on their luck.
Most of the time, I feel like it's a lack of support. And each story is different. Some people just stayed with the wrong person or trusted the wrong person. Other people, it's a lack of job skills. Other people, so we give them a few days just to get, their thoughts in order. And then we address the issue that led to homelessness. And then we work on what steps you need to take to get back stable and how can we prevent this from happening again.
I was a foster child.
We were living with friends at the time, and that relationship kind of turned sour, and we ended up out of that living situation.
Father, I was 16, and we kind of just ran away together and made it happen. I don't know, later on down that road, till about maybe 21, we just didn't work out. He left us.
The stress of not knowing where we were going to lay our head down at night. And when we found out that we could come here while being stressful, while being scary, to me it was still a little bit of a ray of light. And there was some kind of help that we could still manage to get for us.
But as the average age of homelessness in America, we think of retirees or some in their 40s or 50s. The average age nationally, homelessness for kids has doubled in 10 years. There's 1.4 million kids that are homeless in our public school system last school year, 1.4 million. And here, I share this all the time because people don't believe it, in Northeast Indiana, 1,944. Data that we can gather of kids, like the ones who hear on the other side of this wall, that are victimized during their time of homelessness is 92%. So that percentage are abused either physically or sexually while they're homeless. And so we know that the longer that they're out there, or the longer they're bouncing from house to house, the more difficult it gets for those kids and those families.
Take all of your wasted honor, every little past frustration. Take all of your so-called problems, better put them in quotations. Say what you need to say, say what you need to say. Say what you need to say, say what you need to say. Say what you need to say, say what you need to say. Say what you need to say, say what you need to say. Walking like a one-man army, fighting with the shadows in your head, living out the same old moment, knowing you'd be better off instead if you could only say what you need to say, 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 say what you need to say. Have no fear for giving in, have no fear for giving over. You better know that in the end it's better to say too much than never to say what you need to say again. Even if your hands are shaking,